Sorry. I shouldn't. You're Rob's wife.
I know. What are we going to do?
Nothing. You've got to stay with him.
I don't know whether I can. It's not fair on him. It's just...
Where are you going? Angela?
I won't tell Rob, but I've just got to get away. I've got to think.
Thought I'd grab a breath of fresh air before I start to help Fiona clear up.
I'll be heading back shortly. I was hoping you'd be able to come with me. Fiona's staying on for a couple of days, isn't she?
Yes, she wants to welcome the first lot of students. So I will need a ride back.
Well, Paul's staying on. I'd be glad of the company. We can kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
All right. As long as she doesn't need any help.
Good. Tell you what, I'm free tomorrow. Well, we could have a bit of brunch together.
Brunch?
Yes, I'll take you to one of my favourite restaurants in the park. I'm sure you'd enjoy it.
I'm sure I would.
Well, makes a bit of a change from dinner.
Johnny and Di are ready to leave. Do you want to grab a lift?
Well, actually, Hal's offered to take me back. We're having brunch together tomorrow.
Oh, good.
We may as well head straight off, too. That's if you don't need any help.
No, I'm fine. Alan's organised all that, and Rob's pitching in.
You must be very pleased with the way things went. The board were very impressed.
Oh, thank you. Yes, well, maybe now they won't think I'm such a dodo.
Well, you've proved your point. It was very good PR inviting them all.
Not quite all of them.
Well, near enough.
Oh, blast, we're out of ice.
Don't bother, darling. I'll have mine without.
Sure.
Positive.
Gordon's found himself a business to buy into.
Nothing to write home about, eh?
Oh, it's a reasonable proposition. I'm not going to show any interest, though.
You went to a lot of trouble to get Gordon back and keep the kids near you. It'd be pretty silly to start burning your bridges yet.
I'll move slowly. I know what I'm doing.
How long do you think you can go on playing with people's lives without it all blowing up in your face?
Oh, Charlie, don't start moralizing again.
Darling, I'll stand by you through thick and thin. But if it does all go wrong, don't expect me to say, I told you so.
I usually get my own way. I don't see why this should be any exception.
Wondered where the hell you got to. You missed Beryl and John. They left about 10 minutes ago.
Just been driving around.
Began to think you'd shot through again.
Rob, I want to talk to you.
Well, there's a few things I'd like to say myself. But the way you spoke to Fiona for a start.
I shouldn't have married you, Rob, for a lot of reasons.
Don't start that again.
I'm going back to Sydney and I don't want you to come with me. I've got to sort out what I'm going to do.
You do that. You sort yourself out. Because I'm sick of things the way they are. I've had it.
You don't understand.
Oh, yes, I do. You're a spoilt little rich girl who makes mountains out of molehills. Well, if you want to go running off, go. I promised Fiona I'd stay here and help. I'll see you when I see you.
How was the grand opening? Hi. Darling, what's wrong?
Me and Rob, it's not working out.
Come and sit down and I'll get you a drink. What happened?
I love Rob.
I thought you said it wasn't working.
It's Paul.
I thought you two had sorted that out.
Today he... Well, it was only a kiss, but... How can I stay married to Rob when I'm in love with someone else?
Here, this'll help. You're right, darling. It's an impossible situation. Have you and Paul talked about what to do?
Well, he said I had to stay with Rob.
Yes, well, of course, he'd want to do the right thing.
It's so unfair on him. And I'm hurting him. He can't understand why I get so nasty sometimes.
Darling, I think you're going to have to face the fact that you're married.
What's going on?
Rob and I have broken up.
Why?
Well, let's face it, darling. We knew they were unsuited from the beginning. Unfortunately, Angela's had to find out the hard way.
Thanks for staying back and helping to clear up. At least the place will look decent by the time the students start arriving.
I wanted to stay so I wouldn't be back in Dura with Angela.
You had something to do with Angela going back to Sydney.
I can't believe it. Me going after another man's wife.
I don't think you were really going after her.
I kissed her this morning. It's such a mess.
Yes. Of course, if you and Angela loved each other,
She's married to Rob. There's no way that can be changed, not for me.
you don't accept divorce.
No. I love her. But she's Rob's wife. I've come between them.
I just don't understand what's gone wrong between the two of you.
It's hard to explain. It's just not working out, that's all.
Don't pester her, Gordon.
I only want to help. She knows that. I wouldn't take it too seriously. Most marriages go through periods of adjustment.
But it is serious, Daddy.
I don't want you doing anything without giving it a lot of thought. It's early days yet.
I can't see the point in prolonging something that isn't working.
You don't throw a marriage away that easily.
Don't you two start arguing about it.
I'm sorry, darling. I just don't want you making decisions tonight. I'll get it.
That's Rob. I don't want to talk to him.
Darling, you don't think I'm rushing you into anything,
Gordon,
do you?
hello?
Of course not. I
Yes.
know you want what's best.
Yes, I do.
Yes, there is. All right, just hold the line. It's all right, just a friend. Back off tomorrow. I'll take it and stay.
I'm afraid I was wrong in suggesting that you and Paul could be just friends. Didn't realize how much he meant to you.
I love him. And Rob.
I understand, darling. I became involved with David again, but I never really stopped loving your father.
I'm glad I can talk to you about it. Daddy wouldn't understand.
No, I wouldn't tell him about Paul. Not until it's all over, anyway. Well, you're only going to make life hopeless for Rob if you stay with him. It's painful, I know, but I think it's best to end the marriage now rather than let things get more unpleasant for both of you. I wish you weren't going at all. Who am I going to talk to?
Then come with me.
Oh, Philippe would be thrilled about that.
I'm sure he'd have a very interesting friend for you.
You wouldn't mind having company, then? Angela's still very confused. I'm afraid that when Rob turns up, he'll be able to talk her round.
Are you suggesting what I think you are?
Getting Angela away for a while is the perfect answer. After she's gone, I'll be able to convince Rob that the marriage is over and get him to go back down to Melbourne.
Leaving the way open for a much more socially acceptable Paul Shepherd.
That's right.
Oh, but do you think Angela would be?
How are you feeling, darling?
Didn't sleep much. Hello, Charlie.
Hello, darling.
Charlie's been trying to talk me into going to Paris with her. I've got too much on my plate at the moment, but I had a wonderful idea. Why don't you go?
Me?
Yes. I told Charlie the problem. But, darling, you're a mess. You need to get right away.
I can't just go tripping off like that.
Why not? Do you the world of good.
But, Rob...
Remember what we said last night?
But I should at least see him, talk to him.
You know it's not going to help.
A month would give me time to sort a few things out. I can't face telling him about Paul yet.
I don't blame you.
Oh, but I can't afford it.
You know money's no problem.
Well, you're leaving today, aren't you?
Yes. So you'd better start packing. There shouldn't be any problem getting a first-class seat.
Thanks, Charlie.
Wouldn't do it for anyone else. Is your passport current?
Yes, but...
Don't worry about Rob. I'll talk to him. He might even go down to Melbourne, visit his family. I'm sure they'll all rally round.
Well, as long as he realizes that I just need time to get my thinking straight.
I'll make everything very clear to him.
Yeah, well, thanks, Cobber. That's what I owe you. I'll see you at the pub sometime. Oh, that was a friend of mine from the carrying company.
Oh, did he know Barry's new address?
They're staying in a place in Brunswick.
Is that far?
That's not too far from the flat.
I prayed we'd hear something today, you know.
Well, I didn't expect to hear until tomorrow. Pete was doing a job today, so he had a quick gander at the office records.
Shows what a prayer or two can do.
I can take it this afternoon if you like.
Well, people often go out on Sunday afternoons, don't they? I wouldn't like to miss him. Could we go now?
Well, what about church?
Oh, I'll go tonight. Hopefully I'll have a few more things to say thank you for.
Now I know why they call it brunch. I ate enough for breakfast and lunch.
Not a patch on what young Lindy manages to put away when I take her there.
Lindy?
My daughter. She's 19 and eats like a horse.
Would you like some coffee?
Not just yet.
Make yourself comfortable.
Going back to your usual Sunday routine?
Oh, it's hard to break old habits. Thank you. Well, tell me about Lindy. She sounds just like my son, Kevin. Oh, he eats like a horse, too.
Doesn't want to be a painter, does he?
No, he's got his heart set on being a journalist.
Well, sounds like a bright boy.
Yes, he is. So, Lindy's an artist, is she?
Yeah, quite talented, too. Well, she's off overseas in a couple of weeks. Won a scholarship to study in America.
Oh, you must be very proud.
Yeah, not that she'd believe it if you told her so. Well, I'm the original Philistine in her eyes. Don't know a thing about painting or pottery, and she's into both.
Oh, neither do I, but I like them. Well, some of them anyway.
You'd probably be a better judge of it than I am, then. Her work's in an exhibition, opens tomorrow. Why don't you come with me?
Oh, I'm sure she'd rather have you to herself for something like that.
Oh, no, I'll make quite sure I'm not there when she is.
Why?
Well, I need time to work out what comments to make. She gets very touchy if I don't say the right thing. How about it?
I'd love to.
89, wasn't it?
Yes.
Well, that's it.
Roy, don't go. You don't have to get mixed up in it.
Look, I'm not going to pay your fine.
There mightn't be a fine.
Of course there will.
You reckoned you cared about me.
Yeah, well, that didn't get me far, did it?
I don't want to be stuck on my own.
We'll find some other mug then.
Excuse me.
What do you want?
Does Barry Andrews live here?
What if he does?
We'd like to see him.
Why? Has he done something? Look, he's been gone for over a week. I don't know where he is, all right?
It's important we find him.
Yeah?
You see, I'm his mother, and we haven't seen one another for years.
Your dad's mum?
Dad. You're my granddaughter. Didn't even know I had one. I'm glad it's a decent-sized leg of lamb. Now we've got one extra.
I'll check it for you.
No, I'll do it.
I'll stay out of your way then. Got a few things to do at the back.
Nice place.
Yes. Lovely people. Made me real welcome.
Sorry you came all the way here and missed Dad.
Well, I found you. I can't understand him clearing out and leaving you like that.
I wasn't worth any money to him anymore. Mum walked out on us years ago. Didn't want to know either of us. She got a new husband to pay Dad an allowance to look after me. The money stopped when I turned 17 a few weeks ago.
You mean Barry cleared out because of that?
Yeah. Reckon he met up with some woman and didn't want me getting in the way. Been trying to get a job. Haven't had any luck.
Well, how have you managed?
I stole a few things. I had to. I was hungry.
Oh, well, you won't have to go hungry today. We can have a lovely lunch. Come on. Oh, it's going well.
Smells good.
Like to help me with the veggies?
I'll talk to you while you do them.
We'll have to go back to that shop where you took the things and give them the money back.
Not that easy. I got nabbed.
You were caught stealing?
Second time. First time they let me off with a warning. Won't be that lucky tomorrow. I go up in front of the magistrate. They'll fine me. When I can't pay the fine, they'll shove me in a detention centre.
No granddaughter of mine's going into any detention centre.
But I can't pay the fine.
Oh, well, I'll go with you to court tomorrow. I'll see what I can do. Oh, will you look at that?
Someone must have dropped a cigarette.
Oh, terrific. Oh.
Here. Give me a hand. Yeah. You know, I feel so sorry for Rob. Working on here with no idea how serious the situation with Angela really is. I think he hopes it'll blow over by the time he gets back.
Should I tell him?
Not unless you want to lose your teeth. I really don't think he's going to take it.
Alan wants to see you. No problem down the stable.
Oh, nothing serious, I hope.
He didn't seem too worried.
That's Alan's big drawback. He doesn't know when to panic.
Well, I reckon we've just about got the place back to rights, eh?
Yeah. Look, Rob. I know a bit about what's been happening with you and Angela.
Didn't think Fiona had spread it round.
Oh, she didn't. Angela and I have had a few talks. We're friends.
She told you about her and I?
Oh, not any details. Just that she doesn't want to hurt you. She's not being stubborn, Rob. She wants to make your marriage work. But there are some serious problems.
Like what?
She'll have to tell you that. But I think you ought to go back to Sydney as soon as possible to sort it out.
See, you reckon she's not just stacking on a turn?
I'm sure of it. Believe me, it's not the sort of thing you should leave to sort itself out.
Right. I'll get my things.
Good luck.
She'll be right.
Do you mind if I put my nose in again?
Why not?
I think it would be a good idea if you got Angela out of the house. Away from, well, anyone who could be confusing the way she feels.
Yeah, I reckon you might be right. Her mother hasn't helped.
No. No, she hasn't.
We'll sort it out.
Whatever the problems are, I can't see the point in her running away. She should stay here for Rob and thrash it out with him.
Oh, Gordon, it'd be too much of an emotional strain. You don't want to see her have a breakdown, do you?
Of course not, but I can't see her at that point yet.
I talked to her for quite a long time last night. And believe me, she's closer than you think.
I don't understand why.
I didn't tell you this before, but she had second thoughts on the day of the wedding.
You knew that. Why'd you let her go through with it?
I thought it was just pre-wedding nerves. If I'd known it was going to turn out like
The point
this...
is, they are married now, and she'll just have to make the best of it.
If you want to see her go to pieces, you put that kind of extra pressure on her. It's only a period of separation after all. But it'll give her a chance to pull herself together. And then if she wants to have another try at it, fine.
You're right.
I think it'd be better if you didn't come to the airport. We don't want any fuss.
Aha! Here's my girl. Don't let Charlie go dragging you around all over the place, hmm? Try and get some rest.
Oh, Daddy.
You know we love you.
We'd better get moving. I have to pick up Charlie, eh? Take us half an hour to cram all her luggage into the car.
Buy some clothes. I never knew a woman yet that wasn't cheered up by spending.
Love is very strange. It can come and go.
It can happen when you are young or old.
When it comes from nowhere. When it comes, it changes